Welcome to Local Business Spotlight, everyone. I'm Troy Thompson. Joining me today is the owner of Hill & Hill Financial, Mr. Morgan himself. Welcome to the show.
Always good to see you, Troy.
Today we're talking all about risk management and market volatility. Look, everyone's living longer and longer nowadays. How can we plan properly given the turbulence?
Yeah, first of all, as we talk about risk management in general, one of the things that we do, one of the areas of our expertise, is it mortality risk? What happens if you pass away too soon? Is it healthcare risk? We've got healthcare professionals that we work with. And then also longevity risk. Well, a lot of folks go, what if I live to be 95, 96? What are the ways in which to cover that? We go through a very detailed process because if people say, well, I'll pay for this myself, you have to be very careful about the market volatility because if I need my money out of my stock market accounts to pay for assisted living, long-term care, et cetera, and the market's down when I need that money, we want to talk through what are the strategies that best serve you to make sure that when you need that money will be there for you.
Okay, I know you can't give like financial advice or telling us what to buy in these type of interviews, but when you talk about buying in the market versus maybe investing in real estate, is real estate as volatile as the market?
Yeah,
stock market.
Really good question. When we do investing, what we look for is things that are either and especially as investing that can create income.
Right.
You want to have either guarantees and/or stability. Now, stability just says the check is going to come. Guarantees says, well, I know it's going to come because it's like Social Security are guarantees. Pensions have certain guarantees. So, for example, I have folks that have rental real estate, and it's very stable, and they use that stable income to be a source of income to pay for their independent living or their nursing care needs. Or you can actually invest in what are called alternative investments, is another strategy that real estate can be something you invest in a company that pays a dividend, and it might be a real estate company. The key is when you're planning for those later in life expenses, you want to make sure that they're stable and or guaranteed. You might self-insure and invest, or you might actually buy certain types of insurances that can cover those expenses for you.
Got you. One of our viewers wanted to ask you a question. Is that okay?
Oh, sure.
I'm about to retire early, but my father is not quite old enough to receive his Medicare health insurance coverage.
Correct.
What are some strategies for people to know if they're in this position?
Well, really good question. First, you want to make sure, obviously, Medicare starts at age 65. And there's usually a time frame, a few months before. So whenever I counsel folks who do want to who want to retire early, you have something called COBRA. And COBRA is that coverage that usually, it's very expensive. It will usually bridge you that 18 months. Then if it's longer than that, I do talk with folks about, as we have healthcare professionals that we work with, what would it cost to just go out onto the open market through the Affordable Care Act or just buying your own policy? And can you afford that as you bridge this gap? Because, Troy, we've seen some of these these insurance premiums be as expensive as a house payment. So I just would share, as people are looking at retiring early, look at your health care plan as much as paying off all of your debts, et cetera, because people are often shocked. They go, I had everything prepped. I had everything ready. I didn't realize it was going to cost me this much for health care coverage. And let me just say this, folks, as you're watching, do not, in my humble opinion, go without. I've heard people say, well, I'm just going to kind of race from 62. I'm going to give it a couple years. I'm pretty healthy. Boy, the minute that happens, I've had folks go, well, this happened and that happened.
Had a heart attack.
Had a heart attack. Things can happen, and it could literally devastate the family's finances. So
Morgan,
always have that good protection.
Always great talking to you.
Pleasure
we really appreciate
as well.
If you want to find out more information, there it all is up on the screen for you. We'll be back.